Imagine criar um aplicativo com a sua assinatura, só com o poder da imaginação. Conheça a Base 40.
Yeah, neon dripping from tall glass towers, long shadows crossing silent avenues. Warm air rolling between the rows of buildings, taxi sliding slowly past red signals. The night spreads wide across the skyline like dark velvet, every window glowing faint scattered gold. Footsteps echo soft on the corner pavement, distant laughter floating above the street. Somewhere a subway hums beneath the city veins, low metal rhythm under restless stone. A breeze carries faint music through an open doorway, mixing with the murmur of late night talk. Headlights stretch thin silver rivers on the asphalt, bending along the curves of empty roads. The whole city feels like a quiet breathing body, alive beneath the calm of midnight hours. Thoughts drift freely under these glowing towers, nothing urgent, pulling the heart away. Just a steady rhythm of lights and movement, and the quiet comfort of wandering through it all. Yeah.
Glow in the skyline, glow in the blue night, slow through the neon, glow, glow, glow bright. Glow in the skyline, glow till dawn light, move through the silence, glow, glow, glow bright.
Street corners shimmer under rows of lamps, storefront signs humming in faded colors. Reflections ripple across rain-washed sidewalks like moving stars scattered on stone. A bus rolls slow through the quiet district, windows dim behind the passing glass. The driver watching empty intersections change color red to green in silent sequence. Somewhere a rooftop holds two figures speaking low, their voices carry gently by the wind. A stray cat crosses the narrow alley between buildings, vanishing into deeper shadow. Every light feels like a small story burning quietly, every passing step leaves a moment behind. The night turns ordinary streets into something wider, something calm and strangely alive. And beneath the glow of the endless windows, the mind begins to wander slowly.
Glow in the skyline, glow in the blue night, slow through the neon, glow, glow, glow bright. Glow in the skyline, glow till dawn light, move through the silence, glow, glow, glow bright.
Yeah. Far above the avenues, the sky opens dark and endless. A few faint stars hiding behind the glow. The city breathes beneath the electric horizon. Towers rising like quiet mountains of glass. Traffic murmurs distant beyond the sleeping blocks. The sound fading like waves along the shore. Every building holds quiet lives behind its windows. Stories drifting through the warm night air, and walking through the glow of scattered lights, the heart finds a strange kind of calm.
Glow in the skyline, glow in the blue night, slow through the neon, glow, glow, glow bright. Glow in the skyline, glow till dawn light, move through the silence, glow, glow, glow bright.
Morning waits somewhere beyond the dark towers, pale gray resting behind the eastern streets. The first quiet hint of dawn touches the skyline gently, soft light replacing the neon glow. Yet the calm of the night remains inside the chest, like a memory carried through daylight hours. And even as the city returns crowded rhythm, those glowing streets stay somewhere in the mind.
Glow in the skyline, glow in the blue night, slow through the neon, glow, glow, glow bright. Glow in the skyline, glow till dawn light, move through the silence, glow, glow, glow bright. Glow through the skyline, glow when night flows, slow through the city, glow, 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 slow. Whoa.
White hush resting on the rail outside the window. Dim glass holding the blur of a sleeping street. Rooftops wearing a pale and weightless silence. Every chimney breathing soft and incomplete. The room is warm with a logo lamp beside me. Old floorboards keeping secrets in their grain. The kettle sighs once in the far end of the kitchen. Then the stillness gathers up again. The air feels slow like time forgot its hurry. Every second falling light as dust. Somewhere far away, a car moves through the midnight and fades as if the dark refused to fuss. I watch the world grow softer at the edges, every hard line turning mild and deep. All the noise from earlier hours dissolving, folding itself into a quieter sleep. There is a kind of mercy in this dimness, a kind of peace in the way the world goes small. No sharp demand, no voice that needs an answer, only the breath between the walls. And in that breath I hear the heart more clearly, low and warm beneath the quiet blue. Not racing now, not trying to run anything, only keeping time with something true. The window gathers silver from the street lamps, the curtain sways with one thin thread of air. And all at once, the dark feels less like absence, more like a hand laid gently there. I let my thoughts move slowly through the silence, like paper lanterns crossing still black water. Each one carrying a little heat inside it, each one drifting farther, softer, calmer. No grand goodbye, no bright ecstatic ending, only this hush with its tender kind of glow. Only this late hour widening around me, teaching the chest a slower way to know.
Stay in the pale blue, stay till the night moves through. Soft in the hush, close in the view. Stay, stay, stay like a dream made true. Stay in the pale blue, stay where the dim lights bloom. Warm in the dark, deep in the room. Stay, stay, stay through the midnight moon.
Thin light gathers on the sill like quiet powder, the kind that makes the whole street seem unreal. Bare branches drawn in charcoal on the backdrop, every line softer than it used to feel. The houses down the block were muted halos, porch lamps glowing through a veil of white. A distant train cuts one silver note through silence, then leaves it hanging in the night. My hands rest still around a cooling cup now, steam rising like a thought I cannot name. Some things are better held without explaining, some things lose truth inside a frame. There was a time I chased each feeling harder, dragged every ache into the blaze of words. Now I know the deepest things arrive in quiet, not as thunder, more like wings of bird. More like the hush before a page gets turned, more like the warmth left in a woolen sleeve. More like a room that keeps a pulse inside it, long after footsteps choose to leave. I think about the lies behind these curtains, every low lamp burning for its own unseen reason, every chest keeping its own small weather, every soul moving through its private season.
Maybe that is why the hour feels holy,
not because it offers answers from above,
but because it shows how much can stay unspoken and still be full of love.
The street below looks wrapped in tender distance, even the shadows seem careful where they fall. And for a moment the world feels made of listening, as if the night could hear it all.
The sharpness in me loosens without warning, the old unrest grows thin around the seams, and what remains is something plain and steady, a small one current underneath the dream. A kind of trust that asks for nothing louder, no miracle, no sign in flashing gold, only the grace of letting silence hold me, only the courage to go still instead of cold. Stay in the pale blue, stay till the night moves through. Soft in the hush, close in the view. Stay, stay, stay like a dream made true. Stay in the pale blue, stay where the dim lights bloom. Warm in the dark, deep in the room. Stay, stay, stay through the midnight moon.
Maybe peace is not a door flung open, maybe it is the narrowing of sound, the way the world turns down its bright insistence and leaves one living pulse around. Maybe healing is not loud or shiny, maybe it comes dressed in a quieter grace, in the softened outline of familiar objects, in the calm that settles on a place. I have
looked for it in crowded rooms before now, in voices rising in the rush of day, in every hard bright promise of becoming, and watched it turn and slip away.
But here it moves inside the slowest details, in the glass gone cool beneath my hand, in the soft weight of the blanket at my knees, in the dim lamp making gold of the stand, in the far-off murmur of the sleeping city,
in the pause after the radiator sighs, in the almost soundless drift beyond the window, in the patience of the midnight skies. And I think the heart was built to learn from small things, from muted hours, from low and constant light, from all the ways the world grows kind in shadow, from all the tenderness inside the night. Not every longing needs a name to matter.
Warm light sliding across the floorboard slowly,
Then go resting on the edge of the barracks. Sparrows tracing circles over quiet rooftops. New air moving where the coat on spread. The room is plain but the field's full of breathing. A cup on the desk, a coat on the chair. Dust in the sun looks bright as tiny lanterns, turning all the silence into air. I used to hold my chest like a locked drawer, keep every close under layers and wire. Speak in a low voice, move like a shadow, hide every spark that hinted at fire. But something changed in the hush of these mornings. Not with a crash, not with a shout. More like a window giving way to daylight. More like a hell breath moving out. All the old praise slowly lost its power. All the hard edges softened with time. And in the stillness I found a small courage, quiet and clear and fully mine. No crowd saw it, no bells rang for it, no bright parade came down my street. Only the world growing warmer around me, and my own pulse finding a steadier beat. Rising me, slow and sweet like a melody. Light in my chest, bright in my veins. Rising me, wash through the rain. Rising me, soft and wild like a memory. Oh, to my heart, stay and see. Rising me, thin clouds drifting over the rooftops higher. Clean blue open and wide over town. Laundry moves with the wind on the balconies. All of the heavy things settling down. Laughter rolls out from a half-open window. Somebody hums while they water the plants. Life keeps speaking in small, easy languages. An ordinary grace with second chances. There is a kind of strength that never announces, never arrives with the glittering sound. It lives in the hand, reaching up toward daylight. It lives in the foot, touching solid ground. It lives in the way you keep going after the worst night. Still carrying warmth no one can see. Still finding room for a softer tomorrow. Still letting your own heart be free. I used to think change had to look like thunder, bright and sudden with the clear-cut line. Now I know it can move like it died in secret, low and patient and right on time. And all the small things started turning holy. Steam from a mug, sun on the wall, the first green edge in the city planter, the hush before a name or a call. Every detail said the same low promise. Every hour held one tender thing. And deep inside the ribs of the silence, I felt a new kind of song begin. Rising me, slow and sweet like a melody. Light in my chest, bright in my veins. Rising me, wash through the rain. Rising me, soft and wide like a memory. Hold to my heart, stay and see. Rising me. There were winters that stayed in the body, long after the sky had turned mild and clear. Days when the mirror gazed back only distance. Nights when the dark sat too close to hear. There were rooms where I learned how to shrink myself. Hours I made myself small to survive. But even then, under all of the silence, something refused to stop being alive. A faint low thread under the noise and worry. A hush with heat in the center of it. A little gold line under the door frame. Proof that the soul does not fully quit. And I think of all the versions behind me, each one carrying what they could not name. Each one walking through weather with shaking hands. Each one protecting a hidden flame. I owe them tenderness, not erasure, not cold dismissal, not clean goodbye. I owe them sunlight on quiet mornings and open windows in a wider sky. Because every soft part I buried in caution still kept the pulse through the hardest years. Still kept the dream in the back of the bloodstream. Still found a way through the doubt and fear. And now when the wind turns warm in the evening and the glass oath pink from the end of the day, I feel all the locked up rooms inside me loosening, letting the dimness give way. Not into perfection, not into some right story polished for strangers to praise or repeat, but into something honest, living and open, something with roots and a living heartbeat. Rising me, slow and sweet like a melody. Light in my chest, bright in my veins. Rising me, wash through the rain. Rising me, soft and wild like a memory. Go to my heart, stay insane. Rising me. Maybe Maybe the truest change comes quietly. Maybe it enters through plain little doors, through the smell of tea and the warmth of clean sheets, through bare feet crossing familiar floors. Maybe it starts when the body stops fighting every emotion that has to be heard, when the throat stops turning every feeling into smoke and finally gives shape to a word. Maybe it grows in the pause after sorrow, in the air after tears have thinned, in the calm when you stop demanding answers and let a better rhythm begin. I have felt it in trains passing under midnight, in park grass bright from an early spring rain, and a friend laughing hard at the kitchen table, and music drifting up through the pain.
Soft ember spreads across the edge of the rooftops. Slow evening settling on quiet streets. Warm colors sliding through open curtains. Dust floating gentle in fading beams. The sky breathes wide above silent buildings. Clouds drifting thin in the cooling air. Distant footsteps echo along the pavement, fading slowly into the lengthening shade. Somewhere a window opens to the sound of wind, carrying faint voices across the quiet block. Nothing urgent moves inside this moment. Nothing asks the heart to hurry forward. The day loosens its hold on the city slowly. Colors turning softer with every passing minute. Light rests slow against the horizon line, like a memory that refuses to vanish. Every second feels stretched and calm, as if the world paused to listen to its own breathing. The warmth of the afternoon lingers on the walls, yet the evening pulls gently toward the quiet night. And inside the calm the chest grows lighter, like the fading glow leaves room for softer thoughts.
Stay in the last light, stay in the gold sky, slow with the evening. Stay, stay, stay by.
Yeah.
Stay in the last light,
Stay the stars rise.
stay till stars rise.
Stay till stars rise.
Soft in the twilight,
Stay till twilight.
stay, stay,
Yeah,
stay
yeah,
by.
yeah. The streets grow deeper in color as shadows lengthen. Windows shining faint across the quiet road. Distant traffic hums like a fading echo. Somewhere beyond the corner of sight, the air turns cooler as the sun slips lower. Soft wind brushing through branches overhead. Leaves whisper low along the sidewalks. The quiet movement filling the pause. The world moves gently towards stillness now. Each sound becoming softer and more distant. The sky blends orange into deep violet. Colors dissolving into early night. Somewhere a radio plays behind a half-closed door. Its melody drifting faint into the street. Every small moment carries a fragile beauty, the kind that only evening seems to hold. And even as darkness grows along the rooftops, the calm glow of the day remains inside the chest.
Stay in the last light,
Stay in the last light.
stay till stars rise.
Stay till stars rise.
Soft in the twilight,
Stay till twilight.
stay, stay, stay.
Yeah, yeah. Night begins gathering softly above the city. One star appearing in the deep blue sky. The quiet grows deep along the empty streets as windows glow warm behind thin curtains. Footsteps fade into the hush of the block, and the last colors of sunset dissolve completely. Yet the warmth of that fading glow still lingers somewhere in the chest, like a quiet reminder that every ending carries a trace of light, and every night begins with the gentle pause.
Stay in the last light,
Stay in the last light.
stay till stars rise.
Stay till stars rise.
Soft in the twilight,
Soft in the twilight.
stay, stay,
yeah,
stay.
yeah.
Stay in the last light,
Stay in the last light.
stay till stars rise.
Stay till stars rise.
Soft in the twilight,
Soft in the twilight.
stay, stay,
Yeah,
stay.
yeah. The sky darkens slowly into deep midnight blue. City lights reflecting across quiet pavement. Distant conversations drift through the night air. Soft echoes moving between buildings. Yet inside the silence, the warmth of the fading evening still remains. A quiet glow carried beneath every breath. And even as the stars spread across the sky above the rooftops, that last soft light continues somewhere within, steady and calm beyond the passing day. Yeah, 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 yeah. Steady and calm beyond the passing day. Yeah,
Stay,
yeah,
stay,
yeah.
stay in the last light, stay till stars rise. Soft in the twilight,
soft glow. Stay where night flows. Slow through the heartbeat. Yeah, stay close. Stay close, stay close, stay close.
Low beam sliding over wet pavement. Late air cool through the narrow gap in the glass. The whole town turning soft at the edges. Storefronts stemming, traffic lights changing with nobody there to ask. Wires overhead hum like a half-lost answer. Signs blink red, then golden blue. The road opens wide like a held-out hand, and every mile feels loose and new. No fixed point pulling at the chest tonight. No heavy clock pressing against the ribs. Only the roll of the wheels and the hush between songs. Only the dark and the way it gives. I watch the buildings thin into longer shadows. Watch the river catch one strip of white. Watch the city fall back into scattered sparks. Small as breath against the night. And somewhere between the overpass and the last gas station, all the noise I carry starts to fade. Every sharp thought turns smooth into motion. Every hard feeling slips into shade. There is peace in a road with no questions. Peace in a sky with no end in view. Peace in the kind of vow that asks for nothing. It's the heart go quiet and pass right through. The dashboard glows with the low green patience. The mirror keeps a few lights far behind. And I let my thoughts move slow as smoke rings. Rising and breaking without trying to decide. Not every night needs a reason. Not every turn needs a name. Some hours exist like water under moonlight, shifting in silver and never the same. So I lean into the long black ribbon ahead of me. Let the silence settle where the day used to be. Let the rhythm of distance take over my breathing. Let the moving dark teach me how to be free. Hold me in the low light, spin me in the blue. Slow ride, all I need is you. Round and around where the soft lights move. Slow ride, carry me through. Hold me in the low light, stay till the dawn. Slow ride, keep me rolling on. Here in the dark where the lost hearts bloom. Slow ride, carry me through. Neon ripples on the hood like liquid color rain from an early hour still clings to the lane. The radio finds an old warm melody and loses it, then finds it again. Fields open up past the guardrail in silence, black and endless under a pale thin moon. A plane goes by with one small blinking heartbeat, gone too quick and not too soon. Somewhere a diner glows off the highway. Coffee steam in the window, a hand on a cup. One more little island in the sleeping miles. One more place where the lights stay up. And I think of the lives behind all those windows. All the stories breathing under those roofs. All the small late moments nobody talks about. All the quiet ways people survive the truth. The heart learns strange things on an empty road. How to loosen its grip without falling apart. How to let memory ride in the backseat without trying to drive the car. How to keep going with old ghosts humming. How to move with the weight and not lose speed. How to find a soft kind of courage in motion. The kind that'll rise when there's nothing to need. The night does not ask me to solve it. It does not ask me to heal in a blaze. It only offers lanes disappearing forward in the mercy of passing days. I used to think freedom would come like thunder, loud and bright with a clean straight line. Now I know it can come through a half-shut window, through cold air, through rhythm, through time. And the farther I go, the lighter I carry what follow me out from the city streets. All the old noise starts sounding smaller. All the ache grows quiet under the beat. There is something holy in simple movement, and ties rolling steady under stars. And the world turning huge and wordless around you, while you keep going exactly as you are. Hold me in the low light, spin me in the blue. Slow ride, all I need is you. Round and around where the soft lights move. Slow ride, carry me through. Hold me in the low light, stay till the dawn. Slow ride, keep me rolling on. Here in the dark where the lost hearts bloom. Slow ride, carry me through. Maybe peace is not a place you arrive at. Maybe it lives in the stretch between one sign and the next. Maybe it hums in the lane markers flashing by in the rise and fall inside the chest. Maybe all this distance is less about leaving and more about letting the silence speak. Letting the mind unlearn its panic, letting the soul unclench its teeth. There are truths that only show up in motion, not in rooms where the walls remember too much. Not in bright crowded hours with the sharp little dramas, but out here where the world goes hush. Out here where the dark turns spacious, where thought can breathe and then dissolve. Where the sky hangs low like a promise with no demand in it, and nothing needs to be solved. I felt this same calm in other places, in late stations and bridges and rain on a roof. But tonight it runs deeper, steady as a pulse line. a grand rescue to keep a small flame alive.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Soft daylight rests across the kitchen table, pale gold sliding slowly through the blinds. Steam rises gentle from a half-filled cup, thin curls drifting quiet through the air. The clock ticks slow with patient rhythm, every second landing soft in the room. Distant traffic hums like a fading ocean, far beyond the quiet walls. Nothing urgent moves through this moment, nothing asks the heart to rush ahead. The floorboards hold the warmth of earlier footsteps. The chair waits calmly by the window outside. The sky stretches wide and pale, clouds moving like slow breathing above the rooftops. A breeze slips softly through the narrow window gap, carrying the scent of distant rain and warm pavement. Pages of an open book turn slightly in the wind like quiet thoughts shifting shape. The mind drifts through gentle reflections, old conversations, faint laughter, sunlight on familiar streets. Nothing sharp remains, only warm outlines of time passing softly. In this calm space the chest feels lighter, like silence itself carries quiet comfort.
Stay in the still light, stay in the soft air, slow in the heartbeat. Stay, stay, stay there. Stay in the still light, stay in the warm glow, slow in the quiet. Stay, stay, stay slow.
The afternoon moves gently through open windows, long shadows stretching across the floor. A faint melody travels from a distant radio somewhere down the street, blending softly with the calm air. Dust drifts slowly in the golden beam near the wall, tiny sparks floating through quiet space. Every object holds a small piece of memory, a photograph resting beside a stack of letters, worn edges, faded colors, moments frozen in silent frames. Footsteps pass outside and fade again, life continuing somewhere beyond the calm room, yet inside the air remains steady and warm. A place where time slows enough to notice breathing, where every pause becomes meaningful without effort. The quiet does not feel empty here, it feels full of space and warmth, like the world paused briefly to breathe between louder hours.
Stay in the still light, stay in the soft air, slow in the heartbeat. Stay, stay, stay there. Stay in the still light, stay in the warm glow, slow in the quiet. Stay, stay, stay slow.
Evening drifts softly across the rooftops, pale orange fading into gentle blue. Lights begin glowing one by one in distant windows, small constellations across the quiet street. The breeze cools as the sun slips away, carrying faint sounds of quiet voices and distant laughter. The sky deepens into calm twilight colors, the day folding slowly into night. In these small hours nothing needs explanation, the heart settles into the rhythm of breathing. Thoughts pass like slow moving clouds across the mind, never rushing, never staying too long. The quiet becomes a kind of shelter, a soft place where the noise of the day dissolves, leaving only the steady calm of presence.
Stay in the still light, stay in the soft air, slow in the heartbeat. Stay, stay, stay there. Stay in the still light, stay in the warm glow, slow in the quiet. Stay, stay, stay slow.
Night finally settles over the silent street, deep blue stretching wide above the roofs. Stars begin appearing faint between drifting clouds, and the calm of the day lingers gently inside the chest. Even as the world outside begins its quiet night rhythm, that peaceful moment remains like a soft echo beneath every breath, reminding the heart how simple stillness can feel, how powerful silence becomes when allowed to exist.
Stay in the still light, stay in the soft air, slow in the heartbeat. Stay, stay, stay there. Stay in the still light, stay in the warm glow, slow in the quiet. Stay, stay, stay slow. Stay in the calm night, stay where soft winds flow, slow in the heartbeat. Stay, stay, stay slow.
Soft gold on the dresser, low blue through the curtains. Dust turning slow in the slant of afternoon. Floorboards remember the shape of old footsteps. Air moves light through a half-open room. Ivy climbs quiet outside the cracked window. Far off wheels fade under wires and rain. The world feels small in the kindest direction. Far from the pressure and far from the strain. I set my hands on the edge of the table. Feel all the noise of the day growing thin. Every sharp thought starts losing its corners. Every tight breath starts letting me in. There is a chair by the wall with a sweater. There is a book face down by the bed. There is a calm in the hush of these objects, as if they know every word left unsaid. No crowds reaching in, no bright screens flashing, no cold demand dressed up as a plan. Only the low little pulse of the hour, only the slow little beat in my hands. The ceiling fan turns with a soft lazy rhythm, tracing small circles above all the heat, or somewhere beyond all the roofs of the city. Clouds drag silver along every street. I let the room become larger around me, larger than walls, larger than time, larger than every hard thing I carry, larger than every unfinished line. This is the kind of peace that arrives without thunder, plain as a cup and a lamp and a door, plain as the hush that settles at sundown, plain as the light on the floor. And in this plainness, something open inside me, not with a break but a tender release. A low warm current under the silence, a small steady lesson in peace.
Stay where the soft light goes, stay where the slow wind blows, close to my chest where the calm runs deep. Stay, stay, stay where the silence sleeps. Stay when the long day bends, stay where the low light ends. Soft in my blood like a sweet heartbeat. Stay, stay, stay where the silence sleeps.
Cool rain taps out a thin silver pattern. Glass gathers beads that race to the frame. Down in the alley, one bicycle passes, then all goes still and the stillness remains. The kettle clicks off in the back of the kitchen. Steam writes a ghost in the air, then it's gone. I pour something warm and I stand by the window, watching the gray fold over the dawnless lawn. All of the little things start feeling holy. The chip blue cup, the old crooked shelf, the scarf on a hook by the narrow hallway. The simple relief of being myself. No one is asking for sparkle or thunder. No one is measuring worth by the sound. Nothing is pulling my pulse into panic. Nothing is breaking the calm I have found. Outside the branches lean into the weather, each leaf shining dark with a cool wet shine. Inside the lamp blaze gold on the carpet, and two kinds of light meet halfway in time. I think of the rooms that never let me soften, all of the nights with their sharp restless glow, all of the halls where the air felt borrowed, all of the doors I was eager to close. And then I look at the piece in this corner, the way it asks for no mask and no speed, the way it lets every tire part settle, the way it gives nothing more than I need. A room does not have to be grand to restore you. A pause does not have to be loud to be true. Some of the deepest repairs start in quiet, where the day falls away from you, where the mind can stop making a fortress for motion, where the chest can stop racing for fire, where all the old noise turns soft at the edges and leave behind one clear desire. Not for applause, not for a spotlight, not for some miracle hard to believe. Only the grace of a warm little stillness, only a hush I do not want to leave.
Stay where the soft light goes, stay where the slow wind blows, close to my chest where the calm runs deep. Stay, stay, stay where the silence sleeps. Stay when the long day bends, stay where the low light ends. Soft in my blood like a sweet heartbeat. Stay, stay, stay where the silence.
Maybe the heart has a room of its own somewhere, one with no lock and no crowd at the gate, one where the bruised parts sit down without speaking, one where the tired parts learn how to wait. Maybe that room is built out of small mercies, folded in daylight and rain on the pain, built out of blankets and tea and thin music, built out of breathing empty and plain. I know there are days when the world feels too heavy, too loud and the wires too hard in the jaw. Days when each hour drags in like a storm cloud, days when the soul feels raw. But even on those days there are corners that hold you, little warm harbors under the strain, little blue shelters inside all the weather, little gold threads in the rain. A low chair near the window can save you, one kind song can loosen the spine. One deep breath in a room that feels honest can turn all the dark into something fine. I have searched for relief in
reckless motion and streets full of voices and rooms built to impress. But none of that glitter could offer what stillness offers. None of that noise could bring rest.